10. Looks like Sean Dickinson. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Takes Monster. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God.
Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bomb. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan Orr is gonna win it here in Iowa.
Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside of oh, he slided! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him, that's Mogren.
Jones, great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and...
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide out the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! iSCAR's in. We're up and away.
Green
flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard as the wall! Huge track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Myhan wins.
Dallas Myhan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, let's go! Oh no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my God! Connor's involved. They're still wrecking. Welcome everybody live here for tonight's race presented by KMN for the iSCAR TSP Cup Series Brickyard 200 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes.
I'm Benjamin White. We have a big field for tonight, way more than we expected. Currently 38 drivers are registered to race here tonight. And this is another opportunity for the chase drivers to gain or lose a lot of points. As we saw last week, a full field saw Aaron Mulrooney get eliminated from the chase after crashing out of that race. And if there was a small field, that wouldn't have happened. So it's just so unfortunate for Aaron because he's been one of the quickest guys all season, and it came to an end right there in Chicago.
Yeah, definitely. We also saw it last night. Nick Miller with a late race speeding penalty. He dropped all the way to 7th or 6th in points. So that number 9 and Nick Miller is going to be in deep trouble in the truck series. He can't make those mistakes again, and here he is in another position for big reset here tonight. Oh, in front of your screen, Miller sporting some different colors here for tonight. Himself off of turn 3. But yeah, he knew Zeal. That's not the Zeal one. It's a different car. I forgot what it's called, but something else. Well, what's the Camaro called? It's the
Camaro's ZL1.
No, it's not the ZL1. The actual Cup Camaro that they run on the real life side. 1E or something like that. Something. But they changed around the body of the Camaro.
Oh, yeah.
The front end of it, it's more.
The ZL1 1LE.
1LE.
So I was technically correct.
Yeah, you're sort of. Both of us were semi-correct, but yeah, that they changed around the nose of this of the Camaro, and it looks more slim. Looks for some aerodynamic advantages.
Yeah, but it also messed up the paints a little bit. There's some paints on this Camaro that see the front ends not being able to line up. Good thing that didn't happen on Nick Miller's car, but there are just several paint schemes that are going to load up and look a little off because they changed the nose.
And hopefully they'll get it fixed up during these coming next weeks. But with that as being rounded out, we're going to go ahead and scoot ourselves to the side as we play the national anthem. Rise out, remove your hats. We salute our nation's colors. And we welcome you back live here for the Brickyard 200 iSCAR TSP Cup Series, getting set to go green for round number 18 out of 20. 3 more races until we found we're gonna find out who's gonna be crowned the champion here for tonight. I mean, not here for tonight, but here in a few weeks from now. But yeah, I'm excited, very excited to see on will all play out for everybody in that top 7 window.
Yep, a couple more people registered in the last couple minutes. We see that Matthew Klein and Jonathan Hernandez have both registered to race tonight, so that puts the field up to 40 drivers as qualifying is now underway.
Launching drivers take laps around the racetrack. You see Michael Kenner here currently, or Keaton Jones on top of the board as of right now, number 77. Oh, excuse me. Andy McDowell with a nice qualifying time in P5. P4, excuse me. Keaton Riley Cowell. Man.
Yep, he got his name changed. Sometime this week I just noticed, like when I was going in editing numbers and so forth, he ended up getting it changed on iRacing, so. It was just one thing I noticed when I was going through changing the people's numbers for people that you were switching the numbers and whatnot.
Jones to the top of the board, and that number 7 mission. Oh, Connor to the top of the board. This is Connor's favorite track right here, Indianapolis, and obviously that number 92, proven he is. Oh my gosh, that paint scheme. We're not gonna zoom up on that, but that number 92, this is his favorite track, and I'm expecting this 92 to probably pick up a win and put himself in final 4 position for Homestead.
Yeah, he told me he was going to come win this race, but right now, Kian Rally up on the pole as it sits right now.
Around like this 7 to Casey Drake. Dylan Basin doing race burnouts. Hartman. A lot of people are qualifying because track position means so much at a track at this track. Because it's really, really hard to pass here on this 2.5 mile oval.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're any one of those guys that is sitting in the back, like in the mid-pack area, and you're a chase driver, you are really in deep trouble, I feel like, because it's going to be hard to pass, and making up those points is necessary to move on to the Final Four here, especially with a big field.
Right, definitely. As Nick Miller scooted himself across the start-finish line, he is currently listed as P13. Not a great qualifying effort for the dude who's won many poles this season. Miller's gonna have to crawl himself 13th all the way to the maybe top to points. Glenn Bundren, Truck Series winner after pulling a phenomenal strategy there toward those final laps. So it's in 17. All right, so go over our grid here for tonight. I did tinker around with the panel just a slight. Now it displays lap time. See how fast these drivers are going throughout the racetrack. Kean M. Rally. Starting first, and alongside of him, the number 92, Connor Brandon. Starting row number 2 is going to be Christopher Weil and the 77 Keaton Jones. Starting the third row, Derek M. Smith and Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Actually, name of Michael Kenner. And Andy McDowell is going to be starting P7 and P8. Casey Drake and Malachi Drake, both the Drakes going to be side by side for
Logan Clampitt's here.
What?
Clampitt registered.
Oh.
We got competition, boys.
Oh, very surprised. Very surprising. But okay, like Casey Drake and Malachi Drake, yeah, round up row number 5. Rest of the order's going to be shown on your screen. Hopefully Dog can highlight some drivers who are starting toward the back.
You see Nick and Delicata there starts 11th. Jackson Menchu, who is rumored to be switching teams, starts 14th. Josh Patterson, who has been pretty fast the last couple of weeks, starts 16th today. Dylan Basin, who really had unfortunate turn of events last night, couldn't make the truck race. So you're going to try and rebound today with a good finish in the Cup race here today. He starts 18th. Also, Michael Bianchini is here as well in the 420. Marshall Ryder in the 75 starts 25th. Shane DeManova in 28th, relatively new to the league. Carl Faust, who had just joined the league this weekend, will start in the 30th spot. Logan Clampitt, first car not to take a time, starts in the 32nd spot. Jonathan Hernandez, 33rd. He doesn't show up a lot often, but he's here tonight. You also got William Schmidt starting 35th. Meyer way deep in the field. David B. Smith is here starting 38th tonight after being absent from the league for over a year. And starting dead last on the field is Rylan Gray. 42 drivers. Yeah.
Awesome.
Ian Raleigh will lead everyone to the point here.
Race analysis is going to be shown on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. 80 laps we're going to be logging into tonight, a total of 200 miles. Pit road speed is 60 miles per hour. Fuel window every 35 to 40. The weather right now, if I can find the weather panel, there it is. 104 out on the racetrack. Air temp 75 degrees, made it at 1%. Wind fluctuating around 5 to 6 miles per hour south. Conditions are currently partly cloudy sky. You can go ahead over the track facts here for tonight.
Yep, 2.5 miles around each lap here in the track. You've got 9.2 degrees of banking in the turns, and you have a flat straightaway on each end of the track. We're in Speedway, Indiana, which is a suburb of Indianapolis, of course. Also, the air pressure is 29.1388 millimeters of HD. You got 4 turns around this track, of course, with the ovals. They always have 4 turns. We're pretty high above sea level, 730 feet. It's pretty high. And, of course, we're on the oval race configuration here tonight.
Been around Indiana. I've lived here for about a solid 15, 16 years. I know your grandparents or your relatives live around here. Have you been to the Speedway?
I have a couple times, but those were all museum tours and all that other stuff. I have not been to a race yet, but I really want to go. Really want to go there soon. Really cool track to see a race at. Even though the product sometimes can be not good, still a fun place to, go visit. Pace car's going to visit pit road now. 42 drivers being led to the field now by Kean Raleigh. Green flag is out. We're stepping on it. Green flag. See, immediately these guys jump to the inside. They want that inside line, especially through these corners. Look at the blocking down on the front straightaway. Connor Brandon trying to keep that spot.
That's number 20, Andy McDowell. A nice qualifying start for him as he scoots himself through 1 and 2. A lot of people are a bit loose in that section of the racetrack, but they find themselves clean and good as they work themselves down the back straightaway. A couple of people who did not start on the grid. I mean, on the roll-off was a 44 Logan Clampitt, the 017, as well as Rylan Gray, but they scoot themselves back onto the racetrack. Scoot themselves back here for the second round. A 14th, 15th place, 2x2 action as they work themselves into 3 and 4 for the first time.
Yeah, there's a car right there that is blinking really bad. It looks like that's Dylan Basin in the 26. Obviously, he's got some blinking problems, as we've seen earlier in this league. But leading lap 1, Kean Raleigh. But he's got plenty of competition behind. Look at Connor Brandon move to the outside as he challenges going into turn number 1.
Connor does not have a really preferred line as he scoots himself through 1 and 2, but he does have the outside line. Can he pinch off right up the corner? We'll have to find out if that 92 is strong enough to keep it on the outside. But how about the 20 of Andy McDowell? He wants the gun for the lead. Kean's going to throw a block, though, down the back stretch.
That's actually Christopher Weil in the 41, but either way, Christopher is going for this lead. He's been fast all weekend in all the races that he's attempted, and of course he's going to be showing why it was a mistake for friends at Kermit Racing to fire him out of the blue last night.
I didn't realize that. I thought Andy to the 41 as, oh man, big wiggle by the 56. Kean working himself down the back straightaway, and Connor Brandon.
It's a front stretch, man.
I lied.
Keaton Jones up in this battle also. 4th place for him. Derek Smith was one of our playoff drivers, currently 5th place right now. Man, I'm surprised that this outside is working as well as it is for Connor right now. Down the back straightaway, side by side.
Whoa,
for about 2 rows. Oh yeah, that's a car in the wall. Casey Drake is the car that is up there. He's going to keep it off of the other cars, but we've got a lot of dicing between these guys trying to just get around them and other guys that are trying to work their way from the back of the field. You see Kean Raleigh is trying to get that lead back, and he will off 4. Clears Connor Brandon for this lead. But look at them. They're going to snake train down the front straightaway using all different kinds of lines, just trying to draft up to each other because this is one of the biggest draft tracks on the schedule.
Looking like IndyCar right now as they're trying to break the draft down the straightaways, and still up front. That 56 is holding off that number 92's. Looking really sporty. He getting loose off the corner. Kean gets a
Kean
bumper
Jones
full.
way down there.
Oh my goodness. Wow. All
Probably
over
Meyer
each other.
trying to force it in there. Trying to make a move for a spot further up in the field. Andy McDowell gets really tight on entry there. How about Michael Kenner trying to also battle for a top 10 spot to the inside? We're 3 wide for position in the top 10. Rooney way on the outside is going to get a huge run through that turn. Very surprising that that 3rd line was able to work through that corner.
Yeah, a track known for single file racing is proving itself wrong, and they are 3x3. Off the start as now we followed it back into 2 wide action. Man, close racing there as the number 9 and Miller got pinched by the 38 and Nick and Delicato. That's for the top 10 position, but they scoot themselves down the back straightaway. Jones is loose. He scoots himself all the way to the yellow line, to the white line, and opens up the door for the 41, Christopher Weil, to go ahead and jump on the gun and pass him for this top 3 position. But up front, Connor Brandon and Kean Raleigh Cowell are slowly trickling away from the field.
Yeah, Kean's doing a really good job holding Connor off right now. Connor's one of those guys that charges at you hard every time he tries to go for his spot. He's one of the guys that just never going to let up. As you see, a car is really loose back there. That looks like that's Andy McDowell in the 20. But up front, Kean still breaking the draft, going to turn number 1.
Honestly, if you're a good portion away from the pack, I wouldn't suggest you wear out your tires by breaking the draft. 56 of Kean. A nice job of keeping himself up front. He was a bit loose earlier, but now getting a stable handle on that race car as Andy breaks out of line. He goes all the way to the low side, opens up the door for the 02 of Patterson to go ahead and pounce. Some other people pouncing as I'm stumbling through my words. The 38 of Nick Delicato looks to the inside. I think that's the 52 of Kenner. He gets tied off the corner. He's in the wall. Gonna lose a spot to Miller as well.
Yeah, Miller, I thought he'd qualify a little better than this, but he's now making his way up through the field, now entering the top 10, and that car and driver is one of the fastest here in this league and showing that right now as he moves up to the field.
Miller just about chopped off that 52 entering turn number 1. We'll get a Logan Clampitt driver update check. He's
Oh,
currently
man.
28 seconds right behind the field, rolling around where Ryan Kendrick as well.
Wow.
He started from pits, as well as Malachi Drake, Rylan Gray in the 017. There he is out on the racetrack, and these leaders are already scooting themselves down the back straightaway. Those people don't have a catch a caution in a bad position here coming to this first green flag cycle.
Especially Malachi Drake and Ryan Kendrick. Those two are chase drivers, and if they get caught off guard with this green flag run that we're starting to have here, they could be in big trouble. And if we don't ever get a caution in this race, they will be totally screwed, I feel like. Charlie Byer moving his way up through the field, up to 6th.
Here he is right in front of here. Byer currently sits in, now 6th. I thought he was in 7th, but started himself in 12th. Now getting challenged by the number 2. Right behind. Right down the back straightaway, and there's still IndyCar lining it. As the 56, Akian is attempting to break the draft. Now the 41, Christopher is scooting up to the backside of this 92. And number 56, so Christopher is looking strong yet again, 2 days in a row.
I mean, he's always been a strong driver in this league. He's gotten several wins in this iSCAR whole season, and just continuing to show why Friends of Kermit firing him is going to be a mistake here, I feel like.
And obviously not on a team. Honor not running his classic proximity scheme in that number 92, but he's running a very peculiar scheme. We're the big story behind that, but we're not going to go in depth because that's going to take up the whole broadcast. But see here, right behind for 4th place, the 77 of Keaton Jones, and the 66 Derek M. Smith. They're going at it. And Smith, of course, a lot of fans on the chat yet again, 2 days in a row.
Hopefully, he doesn't call him a-holes this time
Yeah, my goodness.
on the interview.
Goes to the inside. Snake themselves down the back straightaway. The 66 is going to get
front
a bit of
stretch,
a
man.
pull. Ah, my gosh. They're the same way. Whatever. Blah, 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 blah.
Keaton Jones having a good showing for Prox again early in this race. New addition to that team. Currently running well up in 5th place. As he got passed up by Derek Smith, of course, that graphic says 4th, but he just got passed for that spot.
The graphic updates every time they cross the start line.
That's correct.
Position. Started himself in 4th as well, so he fairly strong. There's one car, really. I thought the 7, a Byer, overshot it a ton. I guess not. Back ourselves around 15th on back. All these drivers trying to get a handle of the racetrack. Around where the 02 Patterson, Jackson Hartman is around here as well. One car flings itself to the inside. I think that's the number 98, Glenn Bundren. Yes, it is. There he is. Yeah, most of this mid-pack is just trying to get into a nice rhythm, as you see there. I think that's the one of the newer drivers. Looks like he's running an Evo SimSport machine. That's Shane DeMantelville in that 020, making his first iSCAR start.
Yeah, Evo SimSport actually used to be one of the bigger presences in this league. I remember when guys like Nick Delicato and Seth Rawls were on this team.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Seth Rawls is still on the team, but Seth Rawls kind of hasn't really been active in this league as much as he used to be. But this team is kind of getting back into this league a little bit, but it's good to see these guys back.
Yeah, definitely. For ourselves here around 25th, 24th, and 26th. Cade McKee, of course, he got eliminated for the playoffs earlier season. Earlier, I think a couple weeks ago. Ryan Kwan, okay, is also back here all the way in 27th, and this is one of the top 7 in here for tonight, and he is not having a good run.
Yeah, let's take a look at who's moving up through the field there. Derek Smith is up to 2nd.
Yeah, where did he come
in the
from?
66. Connor falling backwards, now in the clutches of Aaron Mulrooney for the 4th spot.
There's people who are 1 and 2. What am I saying? Kian M. Rally Raleigh and number 66 of Derek M. Smith. These two have had confrontations before. We saw it at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. These two duked it out. Keen won the better of it, though. He finished in victory lane, and Derek for a bit of vengeance here. Working it too.
Yep, look at the guys. They're just using all the track up to the wall on exit, and that's mostly because Indianapolis can be a really tight racetrack, depending on how good the setup is. But here's Aaron Mulrooney to the inside for fourth. Aaron's been moving his way up to the field. Same with Nick and Delicato in the 38. He's going to be making his way in the top 5 as Connor, kind of struggling on this longer run.
I think Connor burned up his stuff as he was trying to catch that number 56. They worked themselves down the backstretch, side by side. Is not helping.
Did it again.
Oh my gosh!
Anyways.
Long stretch.
Yep, Keaton Jones also falling backwards a little bit. Was in the top 5 earlier. Now going to have to hold off the 9 of Nick Miller for 7th.
Yellow flag is out.
That's the first one of the day.
Hess.
Oh, man.
Number 86. The looks of it.
Brian Kendrick, Malachi Drake, and Logan Clampitt also are going to catch really good breaks here.
Peter Kenny also involved in the wreck, as we're going to see what happened.
Oh, man.
They headed themselves. 3 and 4. It looks like Hess. Ooh,
hits
tagged
the wall.
And
oh, man.
Poor Peter.
Hard in the inside wall there. Hess gets all 4 tires off the ground there. He just got tight, hit the wall. Kenny comes along with nowhere for the 42 car to go right there. And Kenny's car all torn up, no hood on that car anymore. Hess will also need to come get some repairs as well.
Hess actually towed it. I'm pretty sure that number 86 is
big trouble.
Big trouble, so. Worked themselves down the back stretch. I got it correct this time. Yeah, we're gonna regroup it again, and we'll see where everybody is gonna.
I expect them all to be in for pit stops this time. These guys have probably worn their tires enough to where they're gonna say, we need to make a pit stop here.
Right. Now 15 laps into the run.
But you never would know what Glenn Bunder's gonna do on a pit stop, let me tell you. If last night was any indication, he knows how to get it done with pit calls.
Right.
But of course, early in this race, it's not really the time to be making those strategy calls right now, but Kayan's taking the access road here. I guess it's just a little fun right there. So he gets back on the track. We'll see if any of these guys are going to come in.
I'm pretty sure everybody, as you said, will come in for 4 tires, hit the big reset button. What this does, though, it does make it a one-stop strategy from this point forward. Hit window every 35 to 40 laps, affecting people for when the next green flag will drop. They'll go ahead and probably go split the run halfway.
All of these leaders come in for service now. We'll see who's going to get the edge off this pit stop. Of course, these guys that are in the chase would really like to have some good stops here, get some track position.
Waiting game, around 14 seconds. Stops do take, but you obviously could see some bad pit stops. Dane Cruz is probably staying in the pit as one car beats everybody off the pit road first. This will be first. The 88 of Jonathan Hernandez is out first, but he did not pit.
Might have just drove past his box, maybe.
Right.
Not sure. But of course, he'll be out first. I guess he'll be controlling this restart if he doesn't elect to just come in pits this time and fix whatever that mistake was there. But yeah, good to see him back in this series. It's been a while since he's made a start. I think Talladega might have been his last start in the Cup Series. So, yep, great to have him back. He ran a lot of races earlier in the season, then kind of took a little break, but good to see him.
All right, that number 88, Jonathan Hernandez. I think he picked up a win this season at Atlanta in the K&N Series. Yep, that is correct.
That's correct.
Carl Faust, who also Drove through the whole pit lane without stopping. These people might close back on the pit road. A few, but a person who stayed himself out as a whole. That number 02, Josh Patterson. He is going to hit pit road, and the 88 will not. So
interesting, right there. Josh Patterson does have some good memories at this racetrack, though. Got the win in the Truck Series here last season.
Very true.
He's going to come in for service here. Unfortunately, he's going to lose any of the track position that he had.
Yeah, Patterson, hoping for him to get back to victory lane maybe sometime later this season.
Felt like he had a really good shot at Chicago to get that done. Unfortunately, some things set him back, and he couldn't do that. Also, trucks at Charlotte was also a good chance for him before that whole big mess happened on the front stretch.
Again, Hernandez did not pit. I mean, he did pit. No, he didn't pit. I mean, he came down a pit road, but he didn't pit.
So basically, he's going to be restarting on pretty worn tires here.
Yeah, but
In the lead. But he is in the lead and can get some clean air, lead some laps maybe, depending on how much the advantage of these fresher tires are, which I would expect is going to be a big difference.
right. Derek M. Smith actually beat the number 56 again off of pit road. We'll see the difference here through these pit stop times. 45-47 on pit road versus a 46-23. Derek with a really fast pit stop, a sub 13-second lap time. I mean lap time, what the heck am I saying? A sub 13-second pit stop.
Looks like his team won the pit crew challenge for today. Really fast pit stop there.
Right.
That'll need to happen again, though, on the next pit stop that they go to, which we would expect might be one-stop strategy from here on out, as Hernandez is going to pit this time and give up that lead to Derek Smith. So Derek, one of our chase drivers, is going to be restarting out front in that clean air.
We'll go ahead and pull up points on where everybody stands, and of course Derek won a pole the last round. He's sitting second behind the number 92 of Connor Brannon. But yeah, he's technically your points leader as of right now, as long as he keeps his position.
Yeah, and really good run early for Kiloa Hankins, currently 14th spot. This is the run he needs to gain a lot of points towards possibly making the Final Four, which I did not see him making the round of 4. But if he does, it's going to be great for that whole 408 racing team.
Right, man.
Ryan Kwan as well, if he can make it also.
Very true. Ryan?
The car hits the wall back there.
Who that was, but trying to find Ryan. So many drivers. Oh, everybody is.
Kwan's in 34th right now, a lap down.
God, he's a lap down.
Not good. I don't know if he had an issue in some way or form, but that is not what we want to see here happening to a chase driver. You see the pit time was really long on that pit stop there. Bianchini also 2 laps down. I'm not sure what happened to the 420.
420 is a disconnection.
Oh, he left.
All right, here we go. Getting set for the first restart of the night. Derek M. Smith is going to lead the field to the start alongside the 56 who started himself up top. Number 92, Connor Brannon. Good on short runs. We'll see if he can put it to the point. He has a familiar face right in front of him, so maybe these two people work together. We'll have to find out once the base car does hit pit road, which is about to. Here we go on the front stretch. Derek M. Smith will hit the throttle, and we're back up and away here at Indy.
Green's out. Green's
A couple
flag,
guys
green
really
flag.
jumping to the way inside early. I saw Andy McDowell back there go down there a little too early. How about Nick Miller trying to force it down there? He gained a couple spots. Unfortunately, can't get under the 41, so he'll have to just settle in line for now. Mulrooney not with a good run through turn 1. He's going to lose a spot out. Christopher Weil, we've got a car way down under the apron, and we have a car wrecking over here. Oh, man, that's going to be
Yellow flag is
hit
out.
down to the inside wall. No caution. Now the caution's out. Caution's now out on the track.
And they were everywhere, just 4,
Yeah.
maybe 5 wide toward the rear of the field. The car who hit the inside wall looked to be, maybe the 44?
He got back on the track right there. That blue car back there is the car that went around.
Clampitt's a disconnection. And it was Basin.
Dylan Basin, oh no.
See what happened to that number 26 as he floated around. There he is. Like
Kiloa Hankins really got loose in the grass. It stacked everyone up, and those two are teammates right there, and Basin just loses after getting hit. He blinks while he's wrecking. I don't know if that saved him from getting damaged or not right there. But we really couldn't see him hit the wall. But yeah, Clampitt just decided to say, screw this, I'm out of here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's a relief to most of the drivers now on the track.
Right.
That would have had to deal with them if he had just stayed out on the track. But Eric Smith is going to be leading under caution, going to get to lead some more laps out front.
Excuse me. Yeah, we're 1/4 of the way through the race. Not a long race lap-wise, but miles in total. Pretty long. NIS length. These cautions coming out gonna be a few times as long. Caution laps take years here at Indy. iSCAR looks like it's just 70 racetrack, so. I know it goes 80 at Talladega.
Some cars that might be coming in pits here. Some of those guys are actually faking, as you can see. Looks like they're all faking. Miller trying to fake them out too. So nobody comes in, except Glenn Bundren, who we know is pretty savvy on strategy. A couple other cars in the rear decide to take their cars in the pits. Why not? There's not really a whole lot of cars behind them, so they can afford to lose spots, take a gamble, and see if they can benefit off of some fresher tires. Even though we didn't even run half a lap on the tires that they restarted on. Still always an advantage, I feel like.
Maybe they got a bit of damage from that one big jam up into one, but...
I would expect the 72 at least has some damage.
Right.
But he's not in the pit lane, so it's unfortunate that happened to the 72. Glenn Bundren just told in the chat that he has a plan, so we'll see what that plan is. Obviously, his plan seemed to work a lot, given what happened last night. But yeah, just good to see him do well in this league. Already 2 wins this season across the series.
Eric still up front. Yeah. Derek. Honestly, if we had the most popular driver award, definitely be to the 66 of Derek and Smith. Derek's a cool guy. We all love Derek and iSCAR. Yeah, not much to say about him. He's just Derek. He has his own personality, that's all I have to say.
Ryan Kwan back on the lead lap now after being caught a lap down. I'm not sure how that happened, but a good break for him. He's going to be back on the lead lap and try to salvage what he can out of this race. Obviously, long way to go. He can definitely gain a bunch of spots and points towards his championship fight.
Right.
Another car is going to come in for service there. Looks like they met at maybe Trey Shuttlesworth in the 19. That's Ian.
We're talking about long caution laps, and of course, this is going to take probably another 5 minutes until we go back green. We're going to scoot ourselves to the side. Go ahead and play a couple commercials. So we'll be back right after this. iSCAR TSP Cup Series, Brickyard 200. Go ahead and see you after this commercial break. Welcome everybody back here live for the iSCAR TSP Cup Series Brickyard 200 and Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A bit of cloud cover is now overlaid the track. Set to go racing here in just a moment. So yeah, and pull up the ticker. Everybody lays around, but. Set for the restart, Derek M. Smith in the 66 is going to lead the field to the green. Working off our second caution of the day, a quick one. Yeah, still a lot of drivers on the racetrack. Interested to see who's going to survive during the final 60 laps.
We're going to stack them up 2 by 2 by 2 for this restart. Hopefully we can get a little green flag run in here. We obviously don't want to be spending this whole race under pacing because we've been sitting here for 5 hours, if that was the case. Pace car is going to come off here, and Derek Smith is going to lead this field to the restart.
Waiting. Derek's trying to stack everybody up.
Green.
You get a nice jump as they head to the front stretch. The green flag is out, and we're back up and away, and Kian clears out that second row, so he's gonna at least attempt to follow back in line. Look at that third place car with Christopher scooting himself to the inside. He wants to make a bit of noise as they work themselves into 1 and 2, this time cleanly. Oh, no,
we're wrecking back there. Cade McKee is around. He was one of the cars involved. We get still wrecking. Carl Faust is also involved. Dylan Basin has to take evasive maneuvers to get around that one, as well as Glenn Bundren. Several cars with damage. You see a car without a hood right there. That's Carl Faust in the 91, so his race will end early. Several cars involved.
Yeah.
See what happened there. See, Ryan Kendrick was in the midst of that group there. Hopefully he didn't get involved in that.
Whoa.
Oh, Cade. That looks like a hardware issue. There's no way he just randomly loses it right on exit. That is just one of the most odd things I've ever seen. I mean, look at the car just snaps left while he's on the straightaway.
I don't know if that was net code or something like that, but
that would be one of the worst net codes I've ever seen. What in the world? Yeah, John Hernandez really does a good job to get around that one as well in the 88. What?
There's the car right behind him.
That's Hartman in the 95. That is so odd. I have not seen anything like that before. As you see, Carl Faust has nowhere to go in that wreck. And we're going to be spending more time under caution now.
Now, you know who this plays benefit to? People who hit pit road last time. Those people could, save some fuel. Actually, everybody could save some
fuel. There's opportunity for everyone, too, though.
Right. It is. And you could stretch it all the way to 40 laps with this new aero package. May have some drivers hit pit road. I'm not sure, but
Shane Emanova in the 020 looks to be one of the cars that's going to take this opportunity to hit pit road. I'd expect some of the guys that were involved in that wreck to also come in. There's Casey Drake, last week's winner at Chicagoland. Great showing for him last week, getting his second career win in this league. More cars in the rear going to come in to get service. Cade McKee, one of them. He had a really good showing in the first round of the chase, and then unfortunately didn't show up in any of the races in the second round and got eliminated. But great season for Cade. Was surprised to see him make the chase. Obviously a great performance at the Roval helped him get in, and fortunately having troubles here today.
At number 96, Brandon Sampson. Good run for that number 96. 476 iRating B class, 1.57. They're running 12th. He had some nice runs these past couple of weeks. I don't know where he was running before that wreck. I might be thinking of the late model, the super late model series. Number 96 is currently running in 12th, though he started himself in 20th.
Yeah, good to see him in this league. Obviously, he's been improving ever since the start. That 4th place finish he got in the bronze race at Charlotte really opened my eyes, and I'm saying, even though his iRating's low, he's pretty darn good in this league, and currently running pretty consistently each week.
Alright, so they just get themselves down the back stretch, and
He did again.
oh no. What in the, oh, that's Carl.
Yeah, Carl, unfortunately, is blowing an engine now, so it looks like his day is definitely over. Fortunate to one of our newest drivers here in this league.
Yeah. That sucks.
Got 30th yesterday in the truck race, and it doesn't look like this is going to be any better for the number 91. Still under pace, so really don't have a lot to talk about.
We'll take a look at where every single driver runs right now in the chase. Derek at number 66 is up front. Yeah, the 92, Connor Brandon, now in 4th. Now just a slight. Rooney? No, got eliminated.
Yeah, Mulrooney got eliminated last round with that terrible, unfortunate turn of events at Chicagoland. There's Nick Miller, currently running 9th in the Valvoline Chevrolet.
And Kendrick.
15th after starting way in the rear. Actually starting out of the pit lane. Doing a good job of making his way through the field currently. 15th.
Yeah, and now we're goes back a little more. Hankins is in chase, right?
Yes, he is, and he currently runs 21st. Got semi-involved in that incident with Dylan Basin. Don't really see a whole lot of damage. I thought maybe he would have some on his left rear. Not the case. But currently running 21st, I think he needs to get a little better in order to have a good point stay to move on to this Final Four.
Right. Had only like 5 out of 7. Couple. Nope, I didn't. Ryan Kwan.
25th after being a lap down early in this race. He's got a long way to go in this race, so he definitely has the opportunity to gain more spots, but not a good early run for the 28.
Another person who doesn't have a great run, that number 90, Malachi Drake. He's coming onto pit road yet again, maybe topping off on fuel. Maybe he wants to stretch it from all the way unless we get another caution or something, but that number 90, yeah.
I feel like he'll recover, though, to a good finish. We've taken the 1 to go, and Eric Smith is going to lead the field to the green once again. Hopefully, we can get a green flag run in off of this restart, because we really do not want to be spending our time under caution here. You see Kian Rowley is playing with the pace car right now, having a little fun. Obviously, what else can you do when you're under pace laps for about 5 minutes each time? Playing with the pace car.
It's 2 minutes per lap. For caution.
So it's more like 8 to 10, unfortunately.
Holy crap. Alright, so, yeah. Go back green. And number 66, so Derek M. Smith. Will, get on the throttle. Hopefully it doesn't jam up the start. We'll get ourselves back going once the pace car does hit pit road. And Derek jamming up the restart yet again. All these drivers are going to accordion like they did. And they're ready. They're fanning out right behind. Andy McDowell is sort of confused. Green flag is out, though. Is heading to 1.
I'm pretty sure Andy just did that to make sure he didn't hit the guy in front of him. Look at the blocking Aaron Maroney's putting on there. Does a good job to hold that spot. It takes a spot in the top 5 now as we see cars fanning out 2. One car goes trying to take it 3 wide back there. Down the backstretch, look at those cars using all the racetrack, especially the guys in the back. These guys need to be given a lot of room to the guys that are battling with them on the track. Liam Sheen working his way up to the field, up to 8th.
Yeah, he's currently fighting out that number 9 and Nick Miller. Of course, these two had some controversy. Somebody's blinking in the back. I do not know who that is. That's Ryan Kendrick in 65.
Oh, no.
Oh, car in the wall.
Car hits the wall.
There we go.
And we're wrecking Schmidt hard into the wall back
Yellow
there.
flag is out.
We're still crashing. That is also Trexler in the 54 that is involved in that. Hard crash is going to end William Schmidt's day here at Indianapolis on lap number 30.
Oh, looks like somebody booted Grayson up the track. He got real loose.
Oh, he just
no, he washed up.
just walked up the track on him, and then
Damn.
Schmidt just takes a hard crash into the wall. The cone gets knocked back onto the track because of that. And we're going to have, I think, our 3rd caution or 4th caution of the day here.
I'll take a look at it again. I don't even know if Kiloa made
Not
contact.
sure if there was contact there. Casey Drake somehow got into the booth, is playing guitar music over here, so hello Casey, but I don't even know how the heck he has permission to join this. Hold
What
on.
the heck?
Let's kick him out.
Yeah,
Hey,
right
we kind
there.
of need something to, kind of need something to make us not board under caution though. So we'll take that, I guess.
Trying to find a good angle. But
Yeah, let's look on his roof cam here and see exactly if he makes contact with Grayson or not. Grayson does come down.
no contact.
No contact. Grayson just loses it up the track. Oh, man. Nowhere for William Schmidt to go. Oh, we're still wrecking on the front stretch. Glenn Bundren. Oh, man. We didn't even catch that
Right.
on our replay now. But it doesn't look like he's got a whole great deal. He got hit from the back. Is that Hartman in the 95 that got him down the front straightaway? I think it was.
Was.
Guess Jackson didn't get the memo that the caution was out there. And unfortunately, just didn't get slowed down in time.
Got people hitting pit road.
Malachi Drake also is in the pit lane, as he has been every single caution, just topping off on fuel, getting fresh tires. And each time these leaders don't pit, it's giving Malachi more of an advantage to maybe gain some spots on him.
Right. Man. This caution coming out. You pit from maybe this point forward. And if it goes green, hopefully. It'd stretch it.
Look at Marshall Ryder in the top 10. He's also another guy that's been making his way up to the field. Pretty surprising to see him up through here. Currently running 10th place. Not bad for that number 75.
Yeah, not much to talk about. We're going to scoot ourselves to the side yet again, play a couple commercials. We'll be right back right after this. iSCAR TSP Cup Series here at Indianapolis. Rickard. We're back here live for the iSCAR TSP Cup Series under caution yet again for I think the 5th time tonight. No, 4th time, I lied. Yeah, here we go.
Also, the same guys up front. Fortunately, with Liam Sheen ended up getting a penalty and is going to have to drop to the rear because of it. From 8th place, not good for the 34.
All right, here we go. Derek's gonna smash the gas and go up and away, and hopefully get some green flag racing. They scoot themselves to the start and finish line. Derek M. Smith. So, here we go. Hit the throttle, and we're gonna go back up and away. We're green.
Andy McDowell taking it to the inside again. Oh, Marshall Ryder! Is he going to save it? Oh, no, Andy McDowell's going to nail him. They all save it, but Andy is not going to be happy about that. Look at all the rows of 2 wide going into turn number 1 up front.
I have no idea what that was. And that fanned out the field, so luckily we'll have a green flag.
Probably wheel spin.
Wheel spin? Yeah, maybe. People are all sorts of tight. And down the backstretch. They're looking 3 wide around the number 56.
Yeah, Ken trying to take a defensive live. It looks like Chris might force it 3 wide. He's going to decide not to. He takes the better choice there. But Chris actually going to get a really good entry and exit off the turn number 3. And is going to take the spot from Connor Brandon. Look at Nick and Delicato following suit.
Yeah, a lot of people fan themselves out after the near wreck on the front straightaway. Andy probably unpleased about that. They are all over each other. Some cars all the way to the inside wall.
Andy's
scraping
into the wall.
Oh, got a wreck.
Oh, Hartman hardened the wall there. That was because they tried to go 3 wide. No caution. But Hartman's not going to be happy about that one. Back up front, Derek Smith going to break the draft, and he's pulling away from the 56 of Keenan Rowley.
Whoa, got a car in the grass.
Oh, man.
It's Kenner.
He'll still make the pass.
At that 50, that 77. He tried to get back to him.
Miller back to the inside of Kenner for top 10 spot. Brandon Sampson also behind this battle here. Having a really good, decent run here as we near halfway in this race.
Sampson doesn't even need a draft to scoot himself to the backside of that number 52. Working to 1 and 2.
Kenner's got some right side damage from earlier contact in the wall, so that might be hurting his speed a little bit on the straightaways, maybe.
But on the back, Derek breaking the draft. 3/4 of the middle of the backstretch. Heading to 3. He wants to go ahead. Use the draft to his advantage and scoot himself to the backside of that number 66. They work off of turn 4 into the front stretch. Derek building the train of cars. As I said, if this thing goes green all the way, all those drivers who pitted last time, they're going to be in good position for this, if they could stretch it all the way.
Looks like Kean's been able to close in these past couple laps. Oh, man.
One around.
Yep, car around back there. Andy McDowell is also involved in that as he's come to a stop. Charlie Byerhead had a great run early, and unfortunately has plenty of rear end damage. There's not even a rear end on that car anymore. Let's get a replay what happened. You can see that is Jonathan Hernandez right next to him. Oh, it just comes down, it looks like. Maybe a little bit of net coating involved in the initial contact and hardened the wall.
Whoa.
Casey Drake also gets
Quan.
close to that. Oh, yeah,
Nearly got
as well.
clipped.
Look at this replay from Quan's point of view.
Oh. Wow.
A base of maneuvers to get around that. And going to be a couple spots that this 28 car can gain towards his championship. As you can see, yeah, that looks like a net coat on the initial contact there. And then they actually did make contact, and that's what ended up really sending the 7 car around. And then Andy McDowell has
Oh.
nowhere to go and just plows his rear end. And that will completely knock the rear end off of that number 7. So our 5th caution of the night is going to take out Charlie Byer, unfortunately.
So, now since the pit window is really open now, I'm expecting all these drivers to hit pit road.
Ian Raleigh Howell is going to do Alt F4 out of this. Yep, disconnection.
Huh.
Aaron Mulrooney also a lap down.
Rooney's laps down. I think he also hit it. He also hit Alt F4.
Man, he definitely wouldn't have done that if it was in he was still in the chase, but got eliminated last week and just doesn't really want to waste what seems like an hour under every caution.
Wow, they saved themselves. That's a bad idea.
Several guys in the mid-pack portion of the field and the rear of the field are going to take advantage of this. Jonathan Hernandez leads this group here into the pits. I see Trey Shuttlesworth is also in, Josh Patterson, Dylan Basin, Glenn Bundren, who we know is always savvy on strategy, Malachi Drake, a chase driver, Grayson Trexler is also in for service. Looks like maybe Kiloa Hankins as well. Glenn's going to overshoot his box there. Several drivers are going to take advantage of these leaders not making pit stops.
Honestly, I would have hit pit road. Everybody from 12th on back hit pit road, and Quan's... No, not Quan, but Kiloa Hankins gonna be first one out.
This is a great call for Kilo. I feel like he's going to probably be making his way up to the field on these fresher tires. Probably not up to the lead, but he's definitely going to be gaining a lot of spots on this restart.
Alright, we're now crossing halfway, so... have a bit of ATVO issue right now. There it is. We're back. So, with these people pitting toward the rear of the field, they could make it all the way. These people up front, they can't. Brian, Quan, Cade, they're going to be close.
I'm surprised because it's been 23 laps since these guys pit. The fact that we've been under caution for many of those laps might be a factor in why they've kept staying out, because you're not really going to wear your tires under caution. It's all about those laps under green. And it looks like some of these guys may be heading in.
Wow.
It looks like some of them are being faked out now. Smith is going to decide that he is going to make his final pit stop here, but that's going to put him in the mid-pack area because he's going to end up being behind the guys that pit last lap.
That's a bad
Connor
call.
Brannon also is in. I think
Bad
also
call.
Nick Indelicato is going to come in here in the 38. Really interesting turn of events here in this caution regarding these pit calls. And we'll just have to see if Derek Smith, Connor Brandon can recover.
Bad call.
Yeah, I agree with you. But if there's any guys that can overcome this, it's these two. Derek Smith, Connor Brandon can definitely overcome what is now going to be a setback for them.
Be bewildered why they would hit pit road late. It's either stay yourself on the racetrack or come in. I mean, they're gonna have one more lap. They're gonna have a bit of fuel advantage, but starting all the way back in 20th place was a bad pit call. So, does shuffle around this top 5. Now, Wheel sitting on top. Jones now in second. Miller in third. Brendan Sampson sitting in fourth. Michael Kenner is now fifth. Jackson Menchu is sixth. Hendrick now in seventh. Mantova, eighth. Cade McKee is ninth. First one off of pit road is 10th.
Yep, Kealoha Hankins really going to get the upper hand on some of these guys that had just made their pit stop a lap ago. Will be on fresh tires and have better track position than guys like Derek and Connor. But as we've seen, those guys really have the speed that's needed to win this race. So we'll just have to see how all these strategies are going to play out here. Whether we get more cautions, if we don't get any, it's really going to screw some of these guys up here like Nick Miller, also Keaton Jones, and the 41 of Christopher Wow.
Alright, so we've eliminated a ton of drivers. Only 22 on the lead lap. It's all sporadic disconnections. Not like some big wreck happened. Just a lot of cautions just sort of chewing up the field.
Dylan Basin recovering to currently 13th right now after an early spin.
Might have another caution here in a moment, so now all the people who came on a pit road can make it. To see on how all these drivers up front will handle this. Head ourselves back coming to the green flag. Christopher Wheel, or Wow, he's gonna lead field do the restart as he heads himself to the front stretch. Let's go back racing. The pace car scoots itself on in. Green flag is yet to come out. Oh, Wheel's already on throttle.
Green.
Yep, always at the leader's discretion. So if Wheel wants to go early, then he goes early, and that's that. And he will take Keaton Jones and Nick Miller along with them to the inside of the racetrack. Brandon Sampson also is going to fall in that line as well. Kendrick trying to make his way back up to the field now after starting deep in the field.
Whoa, got a wreck.
Oh, man. Marshall Ryder hits the wall hard
That's gonna
on
be
the
caution.
backstretch.
That's not.
Not a caution. He'll take that car to the inside of the track and get it back going. His car's all torn up, and he might be out of the race because of that. Up front, Chris pulling away from Keaton Jones and Nick Miller. Look at the blocking on the front straightaway. Sampson also in this battle, trying to maybe take a look under Nick Miller. He's going to fake to the high side, maybe take it low and make this pass for third.
Wow, Brandon Sampson now inside the top 5 is trying to scoot that number 98 toward the front. Oh, he got bit loose right up off of turn number 1. Miller's trying to pinch out as much as he can. Look at the 52. Kenner sneak up to the backside. Another person we really don't talk about a lot. That 52 is making a bit of noise.
Sampson's going to follow Nick Miller down the back straightaway. Miller trying to break the draft, but he's got 2 guys behind him that are really hungry for the spot.
Oh,
Shane Ivanova holding his ground up in 7th right now. The Evo Synsport car doing a good job.
Ivanova, oh man, got one car blinking dead into the wall. Don't know who that is. And you see the 92 of Connor. Of course, new tires on that machine. He's also tucked in with that 02 of Josh Patterson. These are the 2 who can make it on fuel from this point forward. Connor scoots himself to the inside. So now he's sort of in kind of a good position right now as he's blinking in and out.
Imagine if he blinked in front of somebody and the guy did not know where he was and he ends up turning him. That would just be a total disaster, especially to a chase driver.
Patterson got dead
really
sideways.
Definitely back there as well. Got several cars blinking. You see Derek Smith actually really caught up in traffic. You see him behind Indelicato. Another car that ended up pitting with them. But Connor really got the upper hand out of the guys that made their pit stops.
All right, he's taking advantage of those fresh 4 tires. Now they're double wide in front of these number 92. You can go ahead and take it through. Yes, he does. All the way to the low side. What a move. Connor gonna split down Shannon Mantova. It looks like that's a 65 of Ryan Kendrick.
something's got to give here into turn number 1. It looks like the Mantova will be the guy that gives, and he's actually going to get under Connor. It looks like maybe Connor's going to use those fresh tires to get a better exit, but good move by Shane to actually be able to gain a spot after backing out. That's what backing out can do for you. You can get back up your corner, get a good run through, and that's really going to be cost to Ryan Kendrick, who's now falling backwards 3 wide down the back straightaway with Liam Sheen and Josh Patterson going into turn number 3. Something's got to give there as well.
Kendrick is on older tires, and you see him get real tight.
Look at him go up the
Everybody with
racetrack.
fresher tires could just roll the bottom side of the racetrack and fly, but Kendrick is in a bad position, and that is, my goodness, he's currently being displayed 6th, but once he crosses the start-finish line, he's going to be displayed in 14th place, as, no, maybe 15th, as Kilo Hankins makes the pass.
Not what Kendrick wanted to see here. He might need a caution to get back in this thing.
Right, he definitely needs caution.
Miller taking it to the inside of the track. Breaking the draft on that 96 of Sampson.
Sampson again, a great run for that number 98, number 96. Now Connor, the person on the freshest tires, he's in 5th. He could totally eat up. Well, we'll take a look at where he's running versus the leader. He's blinking in and out, so once he crosses the start-finish line, the leaderboard should go ahead and reset. This time by...
Up to 5th.
Last lap was a 50.7, and the leader hit a 50.1. I mean, 51.0.
That clean area is helping Christopher, though, out front. He can definitely get away and hope that the 92 gets bottled up in some traffic here. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Liam Sheen continues to force the issue with these guys. He's really tearing up through the field, though. Really good to see him, but something's got to give here into turn number 3. We're going to see a car probably getting the wall here. Kenner really has to lay out, and he's going to hit the wall anyways.
Oh, he might spin it.
He's going to save it. He does up the racetrack. Hits the wall again, but he's going to go backwards.
It's Derek. He's split in the middle.
Yes. Really getting held up in these traffic here.
Oh, man.
And these guys are racing.
Aggressive move to chop out that 66. Oh, my gosh. They're funneling so hard into the corners.
Derek's race is turning into a little bit of a disaster here in the back. But, I mean, long way to go. He's got the right strategy to make it to the end. And it's just going to be a waiting game here. Gee, the Mantova really losing some ground on the back straightaway. Oh, these two right here, Nick and Delicato and Liam Sheen, do have a history, as we saw in the Grand National race at Phoenix last week.
Oh, and Delicato's
these guys were mad at each other.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything to happen between these two. But, I mean, Sheen is just getting right to the back end of the 38. Just trying to play with them, it looks like. Also, Patterson shoving the 34 down the front straightaway. These guys, and he's going to kill him. Big crash in turn number 1. Derek Smith gets through that. Jonathan Hernandez does not. Hard crash. We're still wrecking back here. Looks like Dane Cruz is going to come to a stop. And we've got other cars that had to slow down for that. That is not good. And now, Indelicato all torn up in the 38. After what had to be one of the craziest battles we've seen all race. It goes south for the 38.
Take a look at it again. Of course, Patterson was... I really don't know how to call that. Because I thought Patterson pushed Sheen into the 38.
Might need a better angle on the replay here. It looks like Sheen just gets right into the back of him. Here's going to be a good angle here. If we can take a look at this down the front stretch, I mean, Sheen is getting absolutely shoved from behind by Josh, so it's not like he can back off.
Right.
Or he'll get turned. And Derek Smith caught a huge break there, getting through that wreck. That could have been a total disaster for the 66. And cones just being knocked all around the track. But good thing those respawn, or we'd probably be out of cones by that point. But Christopher Weil up front getting the caution that he's going to need to get pit stop and be able to make it to the end.
To the server. The Discord server. Dinobot.
What about? Well, it's not like the 30 people watching this care about Dinobot, but
Oh, I do. I care.
okay, well, the Dinobot logo changed. Whatever.
Yay.
It's not like any of our now 31 people give a damn about that. But see if Christopher's going to come in for a pit
He
stop.
has
I would
to.
imagine he does, and he's going to drag in Nick Miller, Keaton Jones, and Brandon Sampson,
Right.
most likely into the pits.
Oh, my
man.
gosh.
Connor actually is going to elect to come in the pits with these guys. So it looks like they're all going to be on the same tire and fuel strategy from here on out to the end.
All right. If there's a time in which you have to make fast stop, right now is the time, and they scoot themselves on the pit road. Gonna get the best pit stop. Connor's blinking in and out. Don't even know what his pit stop's gonna be as they work themselves off of pit road first. Looks like the 41 is gonna win the race off of pit road as the 92 spun his tires off.
Yeah, that pit call by Christopher and Keaton and Brandon Sampson and Nick Miller to stay out on the last caution. This has actually helped them now that they're all going to be on the same strategy. The track position for them is going to be now key to maybe having good points days finishing up towards the front.
Right.
Especially for chase drivers, Nick Miller there, who kind of admired on the edge of the top 10 all race long now, is up in third after, I'd say, a pit call really went right for him.
Yeah, definitely. And now with no more pitting from this point forward, they're in great position. Unless a caution comes out halfway, you might see some people hit pit road. But for all those drivers who stayed out during that big span of cautions, they're in great position right now.
Dane Cruz comes in for service.
Curse, of course, at number 47. I think he's laps down. Yes, he is. As Sheen's motor blows up. Some more drivers on the lead lap, make themselves on in. 52, Michael Kenner, gonna come on pit road.
Kenner's been in the wall a couple of times today.
Right.
Mostly from getting forced out of the groove and just unable to hang on to the car as far as keeping it off the wall. But still running pretty decent here in this race. Been able to keep himself from completely wrecking the car.
Right.
Currently 8th on the track.
Alright, since we're gonna have no more required pit stops, the image is starting to slowly become sharper, and we're seeing who the contenders are now, and currently the 41, Christopher, leading it. So honestly, right now, Christopher, great position to win this race. Who do you have in mind who's probably gonna win?
Connor Brandon, I feel like he's gonna take that car to the lead, and it's not gonna look back. But I also got to give a shout out to Brandon Sampson there in fourth. Just a great run for him. And Derek Smith, after avoiding that wreck, looks to be back up into 6th spot here. So what could have been a total disaster for him is going to actually help him now, as he's in 6th now after being really mired in mid-pack before that big wreck happened.
Alright, so we're gonna get a Hopefully you see a Wendigo signal. Yep.
Shane Amanima also having a good run. That pit call actually helped him out too, staying out on the track. He is going to be able to be in the 7th position right now. And in his second iSCAR start at all, doing a great job up here in the top 10. His debut, of course, he went flipping at Charlotte in the trucks, but obviously having a better showing today, keeping his car pretty clean right now on the track.
All right. Here we go. Set up for where this restart is. Curious on how much session time we have left. Oh, we have a ton of time left.
Garrett Hess, after an early crash, only 2 laps down now in 18th.
Yeah, how about that? He even towed it, so.
Yeah, after flying up in the air for the first caution. Not bad road recovery there.
Here we go. Let's her off.
The last couple restarts were any indication, this restart is going to be wild.
Car scoots itself on the pit road. 41. Looks like he's going to wait. Just a slight. He's going to jam on the throttle
Green
now.
flag,
We'll
green
see if he
flag.
can clear the 92 entering turn number 1. The 92 is going to come down on the 9 of Miller and clear him. Great block there by the 92 Connor to clear out himself from that 3rd place. But in the meantime, the 41 of Christopher is scooting himself up and away. How about Trey Shuttlesworth in the 19? He wants to work himself into the mix as it worked down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Shuttlesworth making a return to the Cup Series, of course, won the shootout to start the season. And have another good run here. Currently 7th place.
They're 3 wide. All the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Man, Demantova just about slid up into, I think that's the 25. Or is it?
26 with Dylan Bates. Able to get down in front of Hiloa there. Down the front straightaway. The Quan.
Nearly got turned.
Yeah, and that would have been a total disaster towards his chase. Of course, one of the guys in the round of 7 here in the Cup Series. Back up front, Christopher Weil starting to put a little gap on Connor Brandon here. Keaton Jones, 3rd on the track. Another good showing for his new team, Proximity Racing.
Menchu got really tight off the corner. Is going to lose a position to the 020. Demantova. Now scooting to the backside is also Grayson Trexler. As they enter turns number 3.
Menchu having a pretty good run. He did not qualify well at all, and just moving his way up to the field, having a good run.
Oh, man.
Currently 10th.
Trexler just slipped that corner and he falls back multiple positions, but meanwhile up front, everybody's sort of snaking in and out, trying to get as big of a draft as it can, and with only, I guess, 19 cars, 18 cars, no, actually 17 cars on the lead lap. I think this thing is set to go green all the way unless we have a single car spin, but it worked down the back straightaway. The 41 and Christopher Weil slowly pulling away. Gonna break the draft down the straightaway. 92 Connor Brennan has to hit his marks so he could scoot himself position.
Connor unfortunately blanking on the track, but it's not enough to really kick him out of the serve, which is good, because if that happened, we'd have just total disaster on our hands for him. But currently the highest running chase driver in 2nd place. Let's take a look at his paint scheme real quick. That thing I have not seen on the track yet. Hashtag never wrong. Sponsored by Brian Mullen today, who I believe is spotting for him. So I'd be excited to see Connor's interview if he wins. Probably be thanking the spotter.
Miller clearing out the number 96, Brandon Sampson. Again, Sampson having an astonishing run. That number 96, as he's now fending off the number 19 to Trey Shuttlesworth as they work down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Shuttlesworth, man, it's the first time he's been inside that top 5. There's a bit of rear end damage though. I don't know if that's affecting his aero of this car. I'm guessing that's why he can't really suck up as Brandon is putting the pressure on that number 9 and Miller. Go ahead and make a bit of noise as on the front stretch. Looks like the 92 of Connor is slowly reeling to the backside of that 41.
Derek Smith up to 4th after restarting in 6th place. Really kind of needing to recover from what I feel like was a botched pit call on the near halfway caution.
Right. And
now is recovering solidly to 4th. Let's see if he can go even further up and possibly get this win. Gonna need a little bit of help though, as you see Christopher out front running some fast laps.
Brendan is not letting go of that number 9 and Miller.
Just a great run for the 96. He's just been getting better every week he's raced. And this is just another good run for that 96. Ryan Kwan up to 8th.
Now he's sort of in an island of his own right now. Now disconnected himself very far off of where Dylan Basin is, and everybody else sort of following in line. There's a 5-car train being led by this number 26 of Basin. But yeah, Ryan Kwan. Now it's coming time to perform at number 28. Now seeing himself in place.
He was a lap down around 34th early in the race, and it's just been uphill from here, but great recovery for the 28 car. Right now, 4th highest of our chase drivers. Ryan Kendrick, 13th place. Really kind of struggling here at Indy.
Oh, man.
He's one of the guys that I expect to be easily in the Final Four. We're trying to go 3 wide here into turn number 1. Demantova seems to be holding these 2 up, but of course it's his job to... Oh, man, Kenner. Great save there. But as I was saying, Shane's job to race as hard as he can for his position. You see Malachi Drake also goes by. He's just trying to salvage what he can out of this race.
Basin to the inside of Menchu. Just like this is for 9th place.
Menchu gonna get the upper hand in that battle.
Man, Demantova is all over the place. I think he tagged the wall yet again. This is the 3rd time he's tagged the wall this run. Sounds the 1 and 2 though. Look at this big jam up right behind the 66 of Derek M. Smith. Miller sneaking up into the mix as well.
Sampson.
Not Kiloa Hankins, but Keaton Jones. And that number 77 is right behind that number 66 this whole entire time.
Actually, that position just changed hands recently. We are getting around Keaton for 3rd, but Keaton, another one of those guys that stayed. Oh, never mind.
No!
We just
Yellow.
Brad, Nick Miller. Oh, Brandon Sampson, tough break. Is going to go into the inside wall also. Austin is out with 20 laps to go, and chase driver involved. Nick Miller may have a little bit of damage on that front end.
He has more than just a little. Honestly, he got nailed in the rear as well as they worked themselves into corner.
Keaton looks to be getting really tight here. Look at him. Just way up the track, hits the wall. Miller nowhere to go. Sampson also nowhere to go. Those 3 pile up to the inside of the track. Total unfortunate break for Brandon Sampson, who was on what I would say is a career run for him. And unfortunately, it's going to go south here with 20 laps to go.
Wow, that's huge from Miller.
Look at the rear end damage on the back.
Right.
Front end damage, look, it's bashed in on the front end there as well. Totally not good for his efforts. Gonna be a good break for Ryan Kendrick and Malachi Drake, though. These guys can take advantage of that and maybe gain some more points towards their Final Four hopes. But yeah, this caution changes a lot of things here in this race. Let's see if these guys come in the pits, because we're just coming off of a pretty decent green flag run here. I'd expect most of the leaders to pit here and get some fresh tires. We'll see if anybody's going to stay out. It does not look like anyone will stay out. Everybody is going to be in for service here. And I would call this the money stop.
Right.
So you got to be getting in your box clean with no mistakes. You got to be making sure that you're not speeding. And hopefully your pit crew doesn't mess up. Obviously, pit crew errors can really mess up a pit stop.
So I was on the pit road. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 4 tires and
Oh,
I
definitely.
feel as Wheel had a bit of trouble getting into his pit stop. Connor jacked up the right sides before Wheel did. Go to the left sides. Derek's coming to go out. He got a great pit stop in. Yet again, Derek. Oh, man. That was so close right up off the pit road. But luckily for the 92, he had a shorter way to the exit. And Connor will be your leader. But we do have a person that stayed out on the racetrack. That's number 02, Josh Patterson.
He was also involved in that wreck with Liam Sheen and Nick Delicato. But stays out on the track. I don't know if he got faked out or what, or if he's going to pit. But if he stays out, might be a little holdup to some of these guys. Total unfortunate pit stop there for Christopher Weil, though. Unfortunately, it's going to fall back to 4th, it looks like. 3rd if Patterson is going to be able to pit here. But, man, I don't think Christopher wanted to see that caution, though. Because now it's going to set him back.
Right.
Ryan Kwan up here after a really good pit stop for him, I'd say. Oh. Nick Miller, this is the story of this caution. Really unfortunate, tough break for him. It's going to set him back mightily. Is that front end damage still there? Front end bashed in.
Well, honestly, for Miller, he's sort of lucky because there's only 16 cars on the lead lap. The only place he could really drop all the way back to is 16th place unless he absolutely dies for some reason. But Miller, yeah, still on the lead lap though. Carried a whole more than a minute of damage. Minutes. Pull up the pit stop panel, but yeah, for Miller, this is bad for him because now we'll see where all these other chasers are sitting. Connor's sitting first. Derek's sitting in 2nd. Quan is sitting in 4th. Malachi is sitting 10th. Miller is sitting in 4th. 5. Oh, Kendrick. Where did Kendrick go? Kendrick. I feel like I skipped him. Let me pull up the top 10 panel. But he is. But, Kendrick, I didn't even. Oh, he's sitting 13th. In front of Miller. So, Kiloa. Hankins, where is he? Hankins. I don't even know where he is. I have to do the ratchet way. There he is. Oh, what the heck? He's multiple laps down.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, this is a story we sort of skipped over. Kilo Hankins with a bit of problems. He's 8 laps down. He's sitting in 20th. I don't know why he went laps down. I'll just got this late, but sort of skimmed over him. 72. Big trouble. He's not going to be able to make up those laps. But he is going to at least gain 1 position over the 96, Brandon Sampson. But Kiloa is not doing well right now.
Yeah, total tough break. I'm not really too sure what happened to Kiloa, but that's unfortunate. It was definitely going to be setback on this restart.
All right, here we go. It'll be 15 to go once we take the green flag. It's been a long race. Really longer than expected, but Cup Series. At number 92, Connor Brandon will lead the field. We start. Had a great pit stop. We'll take a look at everybody else versus him. Connor hit a 45.71. Vaughn hit a faster time. Derek hit a 45.31. They all made difference on that. But honestly, very curious why Connor beat off Derek, even though Derek's time was way faster.
Derek was mired back in around third, fourth area before that, so that probably had something to do with why Connor beat him off pit road, because obviously Connor got a higher track position, but now Connor will be controlling this restart. He's going to step on it almost immediately.
Green, green, green.
We're back underway here with 15 laps to go as they cross the line.
They're got a nice jump on that number 92 as they're looking into the corner. How about Dylan Basin making a bit of noise? He's going to scoot himself, or at least attempt to scoot himself to the inside of the 28 of Ryan Kwan. Shuttlesworth is dead sideways off the corner. Can he save it?
Oh, man.
That is a great save for the number 19 as Shuttlesworth, he scoots up the groove, and unfortunately he's going to lose multiple positions, still trying to get the car woden straight. But they work down the back straight with the top three is slowly eking away from that fourth place car, Kwan. And it's the 92, the 66, and the 41.
Yep, Christopher trying to recover from that, I'd say, mediocre pit stop. He's already getting to almost the inside of Derek Smith there. Derek just trying to hold him off just so he can get these vital points towards this championship.
All right, they work down the front straightaway and into the start-finish line. Look at this, 3 wide. Actually, no!
Oh, Basin is going to get turned.
98 gets involved.
We're piling up hard.
Miller's in it again. Huge flip to 26, flies through the air, and Miller is he's in pit road now.
Miller's race is done. There's no way he recovers from that. Huge chase implications on this wreck.
Wow.
That is the hugest wreck I have seen all season here in this Cup Series. That was terrible.
Oh my gosh, Dylan was having such a great run. And they worked themselves. They were scrambling all over the place, and Demantua, he just came up. Bam!
Yeah,
see the
Josh
big hit
Patterson, nowhere to go. Nick Miller gets stuck and flung upside down, just careening out of control over the pit wall. And we just got cars that are trying to slow down and avoid this. Another car really smoking there. That's Demantova in the 020. Really good early run for him. Is really going to go south now. His race is most likely done.
They're going to look at it again from the far chase cam. Demantova, Basin. Yeah. Came up.
Kendrick gets through that. You got to watch Ryan Kendrick get through that on his onboard. Oh, man. He got a little bit of rear end damage. That's actually from before the crash. Take a look at this view. Look, Miller's going to be right in front of him, and he makes it through this. Watch. He slows down. Miller tries to gun it through, gets stuck, and then he goes under Dylan and gets through that. Huge break there for Ryan Kendrick. Might be what saves his chase effort.
Miller's pissed.
I don't blame him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Since I'm dead, I'm gonna commentate with y'all. Is that okay?
Oh, no. Okay. Well, Nick
Why
Miller,
not?
we'll get like a semi-interview for
Yeah.
you. So, Miller, obviously you got involved in the wreck. Yeah, huge chase implications, unfortunately. With 13 laps remaining, Kiloa, even though he's 8 laps down, he's bound to pass you. So you're yet again. This round's not going for you. You had trouble in the truck series, now trouble in here. Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know.
I don't know, he says. Great interview, Nick. Well, any sponsors you want to thank after that big wreck?
No.
No.
I want to go 6 feet deeper.
Oh my god. I mean, we thought you and Dylan are both
Undead.
dead now, so. Totally unfortunate, though. You're definitely going to be, most likely going to be last in points on the exit of this race. Just totally unfortunate for your chase efforts.
I mean, I don't know. They wrecked how many? 3 or 4 times on the first lap. We couldn't get more than 18 laps green in this race.
Hey, that's more of a green flag run than we were expecting at all, so, I mean, there's that.
I figured we could have stayed green a ways longer, especially when you realize that you're the quickest on a long run. Yeah. Because I was talking with Connor and Derek and all them. Derek's tires were, I think, 92, 93, and Connor's was 91, and mine were 94. So if it stayed green when I was up front before Keaton hit the wall, I probably would have caught Wheel and Derek and Connor in one. But can't have that happening.
Oh, you hate to say it. You just hate to say it for that team. Nick Miller in that number 9 machine. You hate to see it for guys.
Anyways, I'm gonna stay here and commentate because I'm bored.
I could tell, especially with the amount of times you've been facing. So, Miller, even though you're eliminated from the race, who do you think has a solid shot?
How many laps are left?
12.
Should we 10 to go?
Don't be biased to Derek, by the way. That also means don't pick Derek.
Hang on. That's wanna take a little scound.
Scout. I
Search.
don't know what the hell that means.
Too big of a word for a college boy, yes sir. Alright, hang on.
Corey Hartz would like a shout out on the stream, so if anybody's watching, shout out to Corey Hartz.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm saying Connor Brennan. I mean, he's in the lead. He's good on the short run. I don't think he's gonna get past.
Neither. All right, dog. Who do you think's your who do you think's your pick? Who's your pick here for tonight?
I have to go with Connor Brandon, too. He told me in the group chat before he was going to win this race. He's making a statement right now up in the lead, and I feel like he's going to be able to hold off Derek Smith for the win. But we're not going to count out Christopher Weil either. Leading a bunch of laps today, he's still in contention for this.
Right, he led 23 laps out of for Connor. Looks like 8 laps he's led all of this race. But man, Connor is looking sporty, and this is his best track, and he has proven why he's good in and out at Indy. And oh boy, this is going to be very, very interesting. What is going to happen on this restart? The pace car lights are still on, so we're going to play a bit of advertisements on the right side of the screen. Connor, my goodness, he's looking fine and dandy right now up front. I saw what you deleted. Ah, man. I'm crying. All right. Yeller flag.
Okay, well, since we're on caution, still, can we talk about Ryan Kwan? Started 34th. He's pretty much just been playing the survival game. He's up to 4th. It's pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, especially as a chaser. That number 28, when it comes down to go time, that number 28 is on it. And yeah, started himself back in 34th, as you just said. Kwan looking very smart. Has yet to lead a lap and put himself up front, but boy, he just recently came off that super late model win at Bristol. Yeah, Ryan Kwan, number 28. Coming from, I think, Tennessee. Is that where he lives? I don't know what club he's
Virginia.
in. Virginia? No, Virginia. I'm thinking of Zach. I don't know why I'm thinking of him.
That's crazy. There's a good amount of Pennsylvania people in here.
Yeah, Trey's from Pennsylvania. I think Malachi's from Pennsylvania.
Michael, Patterson, Keaton, Marshall Ryder, Derek, Trey, Carl Faust. 7 guys from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, man. Northeast is having some fun as we get ourselves set for the green flag. This time by the pace car gonna slide itself on the pit road. And the number 92 will hit the throttle early. And we are green, and Derek's gonna scoot himself to the inside. And
Green.
oh, top 4, maybe even top 5, and singled themselves out fairly quickly. Up at Jackson Minshew in the 99. He's in the top 5 as well.
Yep, good run for him after.
Oh my gosh!
Oh man, Christopher, don't do that. Looks like he'll back out of it and file in 3rd place. Some side by side behind, as you can see back there. How about Glenn Bunchard up to 6th? After winning last night's truck race, he's on a wave of momentum and has just made his way up to 6th in this race after, several incidents, but still, great run for him.
Christopher does not want to give up that position to Derek very easily. He tried to push, so he was feathering the throttle to keep a nose to the side of that 66. So they're working to 3 and 4. Derek, a bit of loss of momentum as he was having to battle out with the 41. Going down the straightaway, though, the suck given to that number 66 and 41. They're scooting themselves to the backside of that number 92 Connor.
Yep, Connor just having that clean air out front. I think it's going to help him in getting this win. Derek Smith not letting him go right now, as you see some side-by-side behind for a spot here in the top 10.
Oh!
That's Kenner. Wow, Kenner really slid that car through the corner. He's got Malachi Drake to the outside of him. Malachi having a good run, just avoiding all the incidents, and it's going to fend off for 7th place and a good point stay for that 90. As of now, it looks like he would be solidly in on points for of the guys that are in this chase. Kendrick still not in as far as points go.
Whoa, got a car in the wall right back down and into the inside wall. That might be a good guess, it will.
And that's going to
Hartman
give us a late race restart. Jackson Hartman, yes, the car in trouble there.
That's like the 3rd, 4th time he's wrecked it. He has not had a good day.
She's rides behind William Schmidt here. And Dan Cruz in the 47 also in this group. It just gets tight off the turn there. Hits the wall, and he's lucky that he didn't hit that other pit wall, because that could have destroyed his car. But thankfully, he's able to get it back going with not a whole great deal of damage added onto the car after, of course, some earlier incidents in the race.
Alright, now with a big reset.
I wouldn't be surprised to honestly see Connor or someone behind Connor pit.
Yeah, especially the guys that are like right on the end of the lead lap here. I would expect some of the guys like maybe Malachi Drake, Michael Kenner, Keaton Jones, Ryan Kendrick maybe to hit pit road here. Get, of course, fresh tires that are going to be an advantage, but we'll just have to see what these guys pick. I feel like it's a gamble that guys like Ryan Kendrick can take now, but of course they need as many points as possible, and it might be best for them to stay out. We'll just have to see what they choose to do.
If I was a chaser, I'd stay myself out on the racetrack and get yourselves ahead of all those non-chasers to get as many points as you can. If I was a non-chaser, though, I'd best myself on a pit road and slap on 4 tires. But even though you're going to have some fresh rubber, we're only going to take the green with, I think, 3 or 2 laps to go. So, if a lot of people do pit, it's going to be good for them, but it doesn't matter who's going to hit pit road. Eloa Hankins in the 72 is going to lapse, going to work himself around the 26 and the 9, as well as the 020. Shane Demantova is, oh, looks like some cars. Nobody hits pit road. Nope, looks like
Kendrick. Good call. I feel like I think it's his only opportunity to have a shot at gaining more spots is to get on fresher tires than the guys in front of him.
Everybody behind him also pit as well. Garrett Hess, even though he wrecked it earlier, he is on the lead lap suddenly. Yeah, he came out of nowhere.
I was we were gonna disconnect from the booth.
Heck. I bet Nick went off to go ahead and watch TikTok.
Miller got so bored he just left the booth.
SMH.
He might be talking a little bit to Derek Smith, though, about what he's going to need to do to win this race. But Christopher passed him up before that caution came out, so that's going to throw a wrench into Derek's plans.
Right, and just a matter of how this restart is going to play out to the number 92, Connor. If I were the leader, I'd stack him up as best as I can, and then pull away. I'd restart the field late, rather than going on pace car, because when on pace car last time, 92 has to something different so he could catch off guard the 41 and the 66. As long as he's clear and hits his marks, he has this race in the bag. Connor's looking for his second win in this the Cup Series. He picked up his first at Pocono. He's yet to return to victory lane, but here he is. He's up front in the field.
All right, let's drag Dylan Basin in for an interview. Obviously, he went tumbling maybe 20 times on that wreck. Dylan Basin, got a copy?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you got completely killed on that wreck. What happened from your point of view?
Yo, y'all okay up there? I don't really know, but I think... Well, I'm in heaven now. I should have a perfect internet connection.
Yeah, it's just your mic seems to be the problem.
Well, I'm guessing what happened. I'm looking from the Jesus TV here.
Jesus TV.
It looks like... It looks like he just turned me. I think he wanted me to die.
Yeah, thank God you're okay after that wreck. I mean, that's one of the worst wrecks I've ever seen. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I don't know what happened. Alright, let's look at the replay here.
I mean, it looked like he just got in the back of you and sent you out of control, and then, of course, everybody else just piled in and tossed you up in the air and grabbed Nick Miller and flung him backwards, too. Shane says it was netcoded from his point of view, which might possibly could have been, but on the replay, on the broadcast, it shows him hitting you. But it's just totally unfortunate that that had to happen to you.
Yeah, I was down 16 RPMs the whole race.
Oh, man. Of course, that was from that earlier spin in the wall, very early in the race.
I didn't hit the wall right there. It was from when Glenn Bundren spun on a caution, and I went to dodge him, and he clipped me in the right side and sent me into the wall. So I had corner ring speed, but I didn't have straightaway speed.
We're looking at your new paint scheme right now. That's pretty good.
Josh Patterson made it.
Well, he did a good job on it. All right. Good luck tomorrow if you're racing tomorrow, man.
I'm not.
You're not? Oh, man.
No, not the rock. No.
Well, good luck.
I'll see you guys
Good luck
later.
advancing to the Final Four. See ya. All right, that was Dylan Basin giving a pretty lengthy interview, but we kind of did need to hear from him what his point of view of that wreck was, because that's quite possibly the worst wreck I have seen this season. Like, this whole iSCAR season, like, out of all of the series. That might have been the worst one. Crazy run.
Oh boy, we're about to see some more wrecks if they want to pile it up here yet again, but yeah, we're gonna get a 2 to go restart. About time this race is gonna end. And oh boy, it's Connor, Christopher, Derek, Quan, Menchu, Trey, Malachi, Kenner, Keaton, Trexler, Garrett, Bundren, Brian, Patterson, Dane, Hankins. Well, I mean, Dane and Kiloa, they're laps down, so.
Yeah, Kilo is just trying to salvage what he can out of this race. Obviously, going laps down is not going to help him in the points chase, but at least he'll be ahead of Nick Miller, of course. Every spot is needed for the 72 to advance. But next week's race is going to be very important for those guys below the cut line, especially Nick Miller, who we thought would have an easy breeze to the Final Four, now with a huge setback.
Yeah, definitely. As we get ourselves out for the green flag this time by, as they work themselves into turn 4, it all comes down to this. One final restart, or hopefully, if they don't wreck it before the white flag, we're going to get back racing as that number 92, Connor, scoots himself to the start-finish line, and he'll hit the throttle now as soon as the pace car hits pit road. Green flag. Will he clear out that 41 and 66?
Very good restart for Connor there, but he's blinking right now. Derek Smith to the inside of Christopher Weil for second place. Chris should probably be doing a good deal of pinching here, but surprised that he's not pinching harder than he is. But as you can see, Derek Smith has the preferred line through there, and I think he's going to make this pass. Oh, contact! Oh, that could have been disastrous, but they were able to not wreck off of turn 2. I thought he was going to be headed straight for the wall, but fortunately, that's not the case, but Connor's going to pull away now into turn number 3.
Yeah, Connor with that contact, that separated himself and Derek. And Christopher, I don't think he's going to be pleased about that move. We'll see if there's going to be some contact being led up to this white flag, but he's worked themselves off turn number 4. We will reach the white flag. Coming down to the start-finish line, the flagman will wave that white cloth. One more lap to go here at Indy.
Connor Brandon going into turn number 1 for the final time in this race. He told me earlier that he was going to win this race. And coming off turn number 2, increasing that gap ahead of Derek Smith.
Christopher puts the pressure on that number 66 as Derek M. Smith is to work down the back straightaway. The snake is on. The challenge is on right behind as everybody's sneaking in and around. Christopher's going to try to dive bomb turn 3. He gets to the quarter panel. That's 66. And he'll most likely make that pass. And that's one less point Derek is not going to have toward that final 4, but he is going to finish in the top 5, though. Multiple cars on the wall in the background. Around goes Kenner. Malachi Drake's involved in that as it worked off of turn number 4. Connor Brandon is already seeing the checkered flag. And they're wrecking in the back as well. Off of turn number 4, big wreck behind. Connor Brandon's going to win here at Indy.
Great job. Christopher Weil ends up second ahead of Derek Smith. Wow. Let's see if any playoff drivers were involved in that wreck, because we had several big wrecks in the end of this race. We saw Malachi Drake get involved in one of them. Not really severely involved, but let's see how many positions he ended up losing. Derek Smith's going to spin it down. He's got to be frustrated about losing this race. Of course, being one of the dominant cars early on. Man, we got all kinds of cars torn to hell. Keaton Jones also gets turned at the end of the race. Oh, Keaton got turned by somebody up there. Let's see if Kendrick made it through.
Kendrick
No.
does not make it through.
He ends up in the pits. Oh, man. You have to rush to get the car going. We got cars using ARCA brakes. Big crash. This is having on the front straightaway. Guys just trying to get it fired up, get to the end of the race. Connor Brandon, though, going to do burnouts. He is your winner tonight in Indianapolis.
Some more on your races says, here we go, your order right in front of your screen. Of course, Connor, with this win tonight, he might have secured a Final 4 spot.
I would imagine so, especially since he got, I believe, 42 points out of today, so possibly more with bonus points that could be added. Kendrick ends up 13th tonight, and just lots of cars end up DNFing in the middle portion of this race.
Right.
Logan Clampitt all at Ford early, ended up 35th tonight. And David B. Smith, Stephen McGough did not start tonight's race. They're going to end up 41st, 42nd.
There's your winner right in front of your screen. We're going to scoot ourselves to the side as we continue on the iSCAR TSP Cup Series. Brickyard 200 and interview the top 3. We'll be right back right after this. iSCAR TSP Cup Series, here live, post-race. Go ahead and drag in our interview. I didn't pop up, like that, but yeah, congratulations to the number 92, Connor Brennan. Don, go ahead and drag him into the booth, and, yeah, go from there.
Connor, you got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Great job getting the win tonight. I saw you had Brian Mullen as your spotter. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, he did a good job spotting you tonight. I see that paint scheme too. Hashtag never wrong. Obviously not wrong when he's spotting because he just spotted you to a win. And I thought you might have been screwed on. Remember when you had to pit with about halfway, the guys behind you pit, and then you decided to come in with Derek Smith. But that actually ended up being the winning strategy, as it turned out. What were you thinking at that point?
Yeah, we were like, me and Indelicato, we said we should pit, and we said we'd only do it if Derek and Chris went in too. So we were trying to get all 4 of us to go in, but then Wheel ended up staying out. And we like thought we were screwed, to be honest, because like we fell back to like 20th, 19th. We were in the back, so. But the tires ended up being really good on that run, and I think I drove from like 21st, like second, and like 5 laps. So it was the right call, but I mean, it was fun, so I don't regret it.
Was getting through that traffic a challenge, or did you have a relatively easy way through it? Because I saw Derek Smith really get held up in that traffic and almost got involved in that huge wreck.
I mean, it was not easy, but it wasn't that hard either. I think it's because Derek restarted on the outside, and that kind of just gives them a disadvantage. I restarted on the inside, and I was able to. It was really because the new tires help you get a really good exit off the corner. So I was just able to use the draft and fly by people on the straightaways, and that really helped.
All right, and you got any sponsors to thank or any people to thank other than?
Yeah.
Well, you know who.
Yeah, Proximity Racing and Brian Mullen. Obviously, we're 2 for 2 in the Brian Mullen paint schemes. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did win at Pocono in his paint scheme as well, so maybe you just need to run a Brian Mullen paint scheme every race.
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about that. Yeah, it helps for sure.
Oh, look at that on the rear end. I agree with that.
Hey, asshole.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Quarter panel on the hood. They got some interesting words on it. I mean.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Fire Miller, Free Mullen. Or fuck Miller, Free
Fuck
Mullen.
Miller.
Well, I see Brian Mullen's face on there. Man, I kind of miss him out of the server, honestly.
Yeah, I mean.
Hashtag never wrong. Let's see what's on the deck lid there.
Dog, you've had like 20 billion voice cracks this whole entire
Who cares? Hashtag Mullen Nation and Mullen always right on the back end. So very interesting paint scheme there, but
yeah.
2 for 2 in Mullen paint scheme, so that's good. All right. Good luck if you're racing tomorrow.
Thank you.
Very interesting interview there with Connor Brandon. We're going to drag in Christopher Wheel, second place.
And Christopher, do you got a copy?
Yeah, hey.
What up, man? Well, you started all the way in 3rd place. You had a very strong car, led most laps, I think, tonight. But unfortunately, you just came up short yet again. What went wrong this time?
On the last pit stop of the race, I was just a hair too far forward in my box, and that little second that I lost in reversing just cost me the lead on the exit of pit road. And I couldn't get Brandon because he had about the same short run pace as I did, but I think in the long run I was slightly better. So once he was in the lead, I knew I needed a decent green flag run, and we just couldn't get that with everyone wrecking in the field.
Right, man. It was pretty caution-filled, honestly, today, but good, solid effort, rounding out yourself at Indy. Of course, 2nd place finish, leading most laps.
Yeah, I can't be upset with that, but I feel like Chick Hicks from Cars finishing behind Brandon twice in a row now.
Oh, man, hopefully you can get it one day. Of course, you've already picked up a couple wins this season. Hopefully to get another one here for maybe later on in the upcoming weeks. So
yeah, we'll see.
All right, man. And before we let you go, then, any sponsors want to thank you for tonight?
I actually want to thank 408 Racing for keeping me company and just talking to me during the race. It's fun being with them. Way better than Friends of Kermit. Corey sucks.
All right, man. 10-4. Christopher Wheel, Weil. Thank you. Okay.
Wool is definitely not how you say that.
I don't know.
Holy
Look,
crap.
I've heard worse. It's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't butcher it as bad, but otherwise than that, man, Christopher, congratulations on your second place finish. Go ahead and see you coming
Thanks.
next week.
Yep, have a good one.
You too. All right.
We got Derek Smith, who ends up third tonight, getting passed for second on the last lap there. Good points day for him overall. Derek Smith, you got a copy?
Yes, hello, sir.
Yeah, I see you got all kinds of fans in the chat. I think I saw 15 different people shout your name out. Third place for you, not bad, but you obviously were one of the best cars all day. What did you need to end up getting that win?
I needed front row, like first place, basically every restart. I had it earlier in the race, but I don't know. It was kind of banter in the middle, and Christopher was like, "You know what? Screw you guys. I'm staying out." And that's basically how it ended.
Yeah, that middle of the race, you ended up having to pit one lap later than the guys that pit before you. Did you feel like that was the strategy that really was going to screw you over? Or did you feel like that was the right strategy, just pitting a lap after and getting the fresh tires, even though you were mired in the back there?
I mean, I thought it was a bad strategy now that I look back on it, but I was able to get back up to 6th place from in the back, like 20th. Yeah.
What were you thinking when that huge wreck happened in front of you? I saw you just barely squeak through that.
Oh, yeah, I was basically shitting my pants. Yeah, I know. And I only got 10 seconds of optional damage, so that's cool and all. But my boy Nick and Delicato died from that, and I'm kind of sad about that because, yeah, he was just a front runner. I mean,
yeah, man,
race.
You end up third tonight. You got any sponsors you want to thank? And probably all the people in the chat you're going to be waving to here.
Oh, yeah. I want to thank, shout out Devin's Twitch. His Twitch is www.twitch.tv/DevinDallin. And I also think that you should interview a fan instead of, get a fan opinion.
All right, why not? Let's drag Devin in here. Hold on.
All right. Yeah.
Got to get him in the waiting room.
Devin, you got to get in here.
All right,
there
he was too far down. I had to drag him in another chat. Hello, Devin. Derek wanted me to interview you, but
yeah.
What did you think about the race?
What do you think, Devin?
Oh.
You scared? Yeah, you're speaking.
Oh, Bob!
All right, well, that's a mess. All right, Derek, that's going to be your fault, but 1 out of 3 for Derek Smith. Anyways,
sorry. I didn't know he was going to do that.
Oh, well, that sucks. Well, either way, good job tonight, and good luck the rest of the season, man.
All right, thanks. See ya.
Crazy round of interviews here today, but we're gonna end off the stream.
No, wait, no, Menchu.
Wait, you wanted to? Hey, you said you were taking top 3.
No, I wanted to take top 4.
Hey, Menchu.
We're gonna drag Menchu into the booth. Jackson Menchu, the Mr. Fish of the series. Menchu. Woo!
That's me.
Yeah, that is you, Menchu. You started in 14th and finished out in 4th. Well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, man. You looking sexy out there in that number 99.
I always do, dude.
You always do? That is a bullshit statement. But Menchu,
well, that's what your mom says. That's
you
what your
should
mom
shut the fuck up. But anyway.
Okay, come on. You're going to Max Speed TV here in like a month or 2. Come on, get more professional.
You interrupted me 14 times today. But anyway, we're not gonna go in depth. Menchu, obviously a great run. P4. You're looking sexy.
I always have great runs. What are you talking about?
I'm leaving.
I'm the best driver here.
Bye, dog.
Hello there.
Hi, Menchu. Talk to me about your run tonight.
Well, I think, okay, so, to be realistic here, we were in the 408, racing voice chat with, Wheel and, Dario and, Quan and some other people, and, we just, you know, we just went fast, dude. We just went fast. We didn't crash.
Yeah, man.
I know, like, I didn't crash. I know you're not used to not crashing, but I actually didn't crash. Like, I kept my car clean. Like, I didn't make any mistakes, you know, like you normally, so.
Oh wow, I'm hurt.
Yeah,
Well,
disappointed.
Well, Menchu, otherwise than that, how was the car out there?
It was good. It was only the setup was good just because you didn't make it, and I know a lot of people think you made it, but you didn't. So I just want to point that out there. Yeah, PogChamp. Yeah.
All right, Menchu.
All right,
before I let
carry
you
on
go,
with the interview.
yeah, I will. I'm gonna ask
Carry
the next
on.
question.
Just hurry. You're taking a second after my answer. You're trying to
Well,
process
there's such
it
thing
in
as
your
called
slow
delays, you
little
dunce.
brain.
But
Yeah,
no, you should go.
You can
I
probably
need
hire me
sponsors
and
who
I'll
want
do
to
a better
thank you
job.
for tonight.
I want to thank everyone but you.
Oh!
Wow. Yeah, we're not even gonna allow Menchu have to make last second calls. We're just straight dragging him out because no.
Okay, bye.
Menchu,
That's awful.
And Jackson Menchu runs himself out in 4th place. Ryan Kwan is not inside of the. He's not here, unfortunately. But yeah, congratulations on number 92, Connor Brandon. And that being said, think about tonight's race, dog.
It was some really good action, but I really hated when we were under caution because it took about 10 minutes each caution. It really took up a lot of time.
Right.
And unfortunately, we didn't see more green flags.
Yeah, maybe if
Well, I mean, good race all around, though.
Right. With that being said, thank you all for joining here for tonight's broadcast for the iSCAR TSP Cup Series with Rick R200 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes.
I'm Benjamin White. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in tomorrow. We got the B cars at Rockingham, so be sure to watch that. We shouldn't really expect a huge field for that because it's Rockingham, but still, of course, a chase race. We have to see who will make it into the Final Four for that series or not.
All right, and we'll go ahead and see you tomorrow night.